Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm working on my I Heart Dollar Tree 10 items for $10 Valentine's Day journal or folder challenge. And I ran into a little bit of a snag making my journal. And the reason was I had only bought these gift bags to use for papers. And I really didn't have enough paper to do what I wanted to do. So I went with rule number 2 today. Rule number 1 was 10 items for $10 from the Dollar Tree, and you can only use those items as materials to build your journal or your folder. Of course, you're allowed glue and glitter and inks and paints. You can use your stamps and stencils and all your tools like scissors, ruler, sewing machine, etc. But rule number 2 is 1 trade-in is allowed. So today what I did was I took the flowers that I had bought and I traded them in for a pack of notebook paper. Now the $1 pack of notebook paper at the Dollar Tree is probably only worth 50 cents, but I needed to go with it because I needed the paper. Once I had the paper, then I started having a blast. The first thing I did was make some pages, and I made 2 kinds of pages so far. And one kind of page has watercolors on it, and this is kind of like an iridescent pink, and I have a little set of watercolors here. And then I used a heart stencil with some darker pink watercolor on it on the notebook paper. So I made a bunch of pink pages, and then I took some more paper and I made some aqua pages because I decided that the aqua blue would be my accent color because it's on this one bag, all the different pinks and a little bit of aqua. So this will be the one color I use as my accent color. And I used the heart doilies I had purchased. I used one as a stencil and did a couple of these blue pages. And then I went to town making all kinds of things. And because you're not allowed to use anything else but what you buy at the Dollar Tree, I decided I would use the notebook paper. Just take a bunch of different pages, and besides painting them to make pages, I would take the papers and make ephemera from them. So I painted some of them pink using this My Studio acrylic craft paint. This is just light pink. And I painted it pink on both sides, and I used this little piece of metal tag here as a tracer. And then I stenciled them. And on this side, I used a pink Sharpie to go over the lines. I punched a hole, and I added a little felt tag over here. And for the ribbon, because I didn't buy any ribbon, I got a really smart idea in taking the handles of the gift bag apart. And when you take it apart, you get a bunch of really cool papers. So I had some red papers and some white papers. This was all from the handle that came off the gift bags. And I used that on the tags. And I also made a ruffle out of one of the wider white ones. And then I put a little bit of red on there from a thinner red piece. To make ephemera, I took some of the notebook paper that I had painted pink with the hearts on it, and I stamped it with some flowers. And I'll be using these in the journal. As ephemera, just gluing them here and there for decoration. And I made some faux book pages. I don't have any I didn't buy any books for this project, but I have this large stamp with script on it. I'm not really sure what language this is in. Can't read it. But I made some fake book pages. So I have I made some fake washi tape. So I have fake book pages, fake washi tape, and little pictures of flowers I made already, and I made several of these tags. So I'm making all my own ephemera from the notebook paper. So I'm really having fun with that. And then I got out this scoreboard that I had won in a giveaway from the Craft Hog, and I didn't know how to use it, but on the back it had this pattern for making envelopes, and I couldn't figure it out, so I had to go online to YouTube to figure it out. And I made a little envelope out of a painted paper, and inside, using one of my faux book pages, made a little card and stuck on one of these little candy hearts that are made out of felt. That was one of my 10 items. So I'll probably make a few more envelopes. Oh, and also on here, see, it's got a little thing where you can emboss. And so I put a little heart on the back of the envelope. I don't know if you could see that. Did a pretty good job. So I have a tag, I have a little envelope. I made this pocket from one of the gift tags. I added some of this really pretty pink glitter to this heart. I sewed it on like a little side pocket here. Put a stamp of a little rose in the corner with the aqua accent. And there's my flower and my ruffle and my little bling stickers. On the first page, I took some of that notebook paper and I made some faux lace out of notebook paper using this Martha Stewart punch. And I added a little bling, and this came off a roll. This was one of my 10 items. Layered on some more of those stickers. So this was my cover that I made yesterday, and this is going to be the first page that I made out of the gift bag. And this side was a pocket, but I'll make some things to put in the pocket. And then this is like a little side pocket here. I have 2 things in there already. Then a whole bunch of these papers I made. And then this page that I had made from a gift bag yesterday, I got a really fun idea to make a jar. So I just drew this jar on the paper with magic marker. And then I took some of those little foam candy hearts and stuck them in the jar. I did cut some of them to make them look like they were in the jar. And then I put some plastic. I'm saving all the plastic bags that everything that I bought at the Dollar Tree came in. And I glued it on top to make it look shiny like a glass jar. I added a little notebook paper at the top and bottom. Put another one of those little candy hearts and some of my faux washi tape along the side. So I'm going to be decorating all these pages, making some tucks and folds and pockets. But I'm so happy now that I have a lot of paper to work with. I have 100 pages of paper to get me started on working in this journal. So I made a big mess today. Look at my paper I had on my desk, just full of paint and ink. So you know I had fun today. And I did all of this, and I'll be doing some more tomorrow. So thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.